Hey y'all, it's Ali from Little Hill Homestead. We're in the middle of our makeup series. And this was one that we made a blush and we made a lip tint. But today we are making a cheek and lip tint that is like a moist whipped type of not whipped because I'm not whipping it, but a moist version of it that you can use on your lips and you can use on your cheeks. But one of you guys suggested this, so we're going to try it. I've been using the micas and the oxides to get colors. Well, I tried the beet and I tried the hibiscus, and so far we have not been able to get a good color out of them. So somebody said, well, why don't you try the moist version? So here we are. Let's do this, right? So I'm going to make a couple different variations. I ran out of coconut oil. So we're going to use some shea butter. You can use either. I know that my skin doesn't react weird to shea butter. Some people it does. If you are okay putting coconut oil on your face, by all means, you can do that too. You could also mix this into a whipped tallow. If you have a whipped tallow, you could mix this into that and you would get the same kind of tint on your cheeks using tallow. I should have pulled my tallow out. Maybe I'll pause it and do that so I can show you guys that. But first we'll start with the shea butter, because the shea butter is easy to find. A lot of people have it. You need 1 tablespoon of shea butter. You need a mortar and pestle. I always say porter and mestle. But you need a tablespoon of shea butter going into there. I'll go get my whipped tallow and we'll try that too. I'm going to be putting this in these little tiny glass containers because that's just what I have that we're running to the nitty gritty. I'm hoping I'm wiping on my iron apron and not on my pants. Let's see. Okay, so for this one, to get it to stick a little bit, we're adding some kale in, and that's just going to kind of like tone the oiliness back down because we're using basically an oily product. So you need like a teaspoon of kale in, going in here. And then you need 2 teaspoons of the color of your choice. We're going to start with beet powder for this one, you guys. I'm super excited to see if this works because look at that color. I know I have showed you guys that before. I'm not eating my beet powder, so I'm okay with cross-contamination. I know somebody's going to say something, but you do you. That's what I always say. I'm not eating this, so we good. We good, y'all. So you're just going to go in with your little, is this the mortar or the pestle? This must be the pestle. You're just going to go in and mash them together, get the color to stick into your shea butter. And that's it, you guys. That's, if you feel like it's way too dry, you could add a little bit of vitamin E or what's this stuff called? Fractionated coconut oil, jojoba oil, anything like that if you feel like it's just way too dry. Because we want it to be like comfortable to put on the skin. You don't want it to be like that. To me is a little too firm. You're going to just pick up too much of it at a time, but keep mixing, keep mixing. Okay, this went super purple. So that's interesting. But the heat is kind of slowly melting it a little bit. Okay, so this is what our consistency is. And you would put it into your container. But let's see, if you put it on your skin, it's very sticky, y'all. All right. Do you see anything? Let's add a little fractionated coconut oil to break it up a little. I'm just going to do a couple pumps because mine has a pump. So I'm hoping that with a little moisture, this might work. Because I've seen so many recipes where they're like, oh, I use beet in this. And I'm thinking, so far, y'all, I haven't been able to get this to do squat. And I don't know why. It worked well in one of my lip glosses. I will say that. But staying power is not as good as the mica. So, all right, let's see. Y'all, does that look good at all? No, it looks like a crummy mess. So epic fail on that one. I'm saying that's a no-go. So the beet powder, no-go. Let me go clean this off. And we'll try it with our hibiscus to see if it's any better. But so far, dude, I wouldn't want to wear that. Sorry for calling you dude. It's a California thing. I wouldn't want to put that on my skin. It's like a chalky. Now I've made a giant mess, y'all. Oh my word. Okay, I'm gonna go rinse this off. I'm not getting any tint at all though. Like none. Lovely, right? Okay, this is epic fail number 1. Don't make this. Let's try it with hibiscus and see what happens. That's the joy of me making it, is you don't have to waste your time or money, right? Let me go waste some of mine. Okay, are we ready to try number 2? That was epic fail number 1. So number 2, we're gonna go in with, I put the shea butter in the bottom of our little dish or mortar pestle. This gotta be the mortar. I'm gonna add the teaspoon of kaolin to that. Then we are going to add our 2 teaspoons of colorant. We're going to go in this time with the hibiscus flower that we mutilated. This stuff, I'm telling you, you guys know that I lost my sense of smell from COVID. It's been like 3 years now. And this I can tell is very tart because it burns the nostrils. It's the strangest stuff. So I don't know how you'd eat it in a tea. If you make tea out of it, let me know because I have a huge bag of it and I'm not sure what to do with it. So we have our stuff in here. Let's just give it a spin. Ready? Same thing. I think I'm going to end up adding some fractionated coconut oil. That seemed to help thin it out just a bit. Okay, this definitely went more purpley than the other. Almost like a mauvey purple. Vintagey purple. It's pretty. I really like it. But it doesn't matter if I like it. What matters is, does it work? Before I add coconut oil, let's just see. If I take some of this, okay, that's way too much. It's like globs of it. And put it on my hand. Does it tint my skin at all? You guys, it's just super chalky. Like I wouldn't want to put that on my cheeks. And it's this stuff that's causing the chalkiness, not anything else in there. Like, if you wanted to exfoliate, you're set. Let me grab a paper towel to show you. Did it tint at all? So far, no, didn't leave anything. Just a mess. All right, so that is another epic fail. So I keep showing you guys these natural versions with natural colorants. Not a fan. They're not working for me. I'm going to clean up and show you one more time how I'm going to make a whipped one using mica powder. And we'll see. Maybe we'll get the same result and this whole thing will just be the flop video of the year, which is coming to an end. So I do need a good flop video. Maybe it's what it is. Anyways, I'm going to go clean this. But yeah, no, it's a no. It's a hard pass, dog. Okay, that one's a no. Disappointing. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, round 3. I will tell you, I'm trying an experiment on the side. I mixed fractionated coconut oil with our beet powder, nothing else in it, and I'm going to let it sit there and see if the beet powder infuses into the oil at all. We'll try it at the end. I have no idea. I have a tablespoon of our, I was going to switch to tallow, and then I thought that's not very fair to put tallow in something when you've been using shea butter and it hasn't been working. So I thought just stick with the plan. Okay, teaspoon of kaolin going in to our shea. So fun fact, I made all this whipped shea butter, right? And then I found out that my husband can't use shea butter. So my husband's super sensitive to anything that says may make you sleepy, like he'll sleep days. Well, there's an oil, or there's a chemical that they use to extract shea out of the plant, and apparently it makes you sleepy, and that was enough to make him sleepy. So I have to be careful with shea butter in my house. Weird, right? Anybody else have that issue? Okay, so we're going in with mica. I used this fuchsia color out of our big pack in a lip tint, and I very much enjoyed it. So I thought that's kind of a nice, really rosy pink. The cherry could be kind of fun. Some of these would be really nice because they're a lot darker, but I'm trying to think like true pink for today. There is Gerbera, like Gerbera daisy, like Barbie pink. That's not quite my tone. And then I think to make it not so in your face pink, we're going to try a little cocoa powder in it. I mean, we're just throwing stones now, right? We're just going to try it all. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little mica, since mica is much more intense. We're just going to give it a light little sprinkle, so we're not like, wow, right? It's maybe an eighth of a teaspoon in there, you guys. It's not a lot. We'll start there. Don't go too big. I'll add the cocoa powder in after we try it. And then I thought maybe jojoba oil on this one, if we need to thin it out, would work. We'll see. I mean, we're just testing stuff out at this point. Eventually we'll get something, right? Maybe. I don't know, you guys. This might be the flop. I'm loving the blush that we made. The powdered one, bomb. It's so good. It stays on. It's killer. I'm loving it. But, okay, I need a little more color in it, it looks like. And it is pretty pink, so I'm going to add a tiny bit of the cocoa powder to it. I mean, like, not a lot. Just to kind of tone it down a tiny bit, right? If you don't have one of these mortar and pestles, it's not a big deal, you guys. One, look at thrift stores because I see them there often. And two, if you don't have one, you can use a bowl and a spoon. It's just fine. Okay, so this is the kind of color we ended up with. It's pretty, it's a nice pink. A little Barbie-ish. The kaolin is adding a little bit of a white hue to it, but we're about to find out, you guys. Ready for this? Let's go in and see what we got. So again, this is our whipped kind of style. Let me get a napkin. I don't want to go in with a hand that might have like partially mixed, since I use my finger on stuff. Let me go in with some of this from the side. All right, ready? Okay, that is definitely leaving a hue. Do you see the hue there? Definitely got something going on. Does it stay? Yes. When I wipe it, do you see the like cast that it left? And I'm wiping it off before it really sets. So if we were to leave it on longer, does it leave like a nice sun-kissed? I guess that's the look I want to go for, is like, you know, when your cheeks at the sun just, or at the beach or whatever outside, you just get it like a nice hue, then it just sets in and it looks pretty. That's kind of what I'm going for. That's a beautiful color, actually. I'm okay with that. A little bit of cocoa powder in there, tone it down a little bit. Okay, it did leave a very slight hint. Very slight. Okay. I wouldn't say it's a huge success. It did show. Let's see if we went in with a different darker color. Let's take some, what's this one? Orchid? Let's go in with that. That's a really pretty dark red. I'm thinking maybe the intensity matters. I don't know, you guys. I didn't think this would be such a challenge. So again, I'm just sprinkling a tiny bit in there. And then we're going to push that in and we'll test it one more time. I'm here for you guys. So the consistency, I washed my mortar and pestle, and mine is metal, so it got warm, and it is helping it melt. So at least we got something out of it, right? There's the consistency that we're ending up with, guys. It's, let me get it off of here so we have all of our darks and pinks and everything mixed together here. It's a nice color. I like the color. That red actually added like a really pretty color to it. I'm enjoying it. Let's see what it does on our skin, though. Maybe I'll do it on the back of my hand. I've got too many colors going here, so let me go on the back of my arm. Okay, do you see it's leaving a little bit of a hue? You can see it on my arm. Yep, it's there. Yeah, it's definitely, that worked a little bit better than anything else we've done so far. It's definitely leaving a little bit of a cast. So I would say the mica is definitely our best success. The powdered blush that I made, though, the other day, I'll link it below, was a lot better to me than this whipped type of a one. To me, this is, I don't know. It's just not doing it for me as much as I was hoping. Disappointing. I mean, when I wipe this off, Barely there. Okay, so 2 thumbs down. Let's check out our beet powder with our fractionated coconuts. Did it do anything? So far, this was a waste of your time, right? We're learning together. Kitchen experiments are my fave. Okay, let's go in. I'm just going to use my hand. These ones are clean. The hard part is this fractionated coconut oil is still, I know this is like filthy dirty, but I don't care. Fractionated coconut oil is still going to be really funky on your skin. Maybe we can strain out the little bits that are left. Okay, it still has an exfoliant feel to it, and it wipes right off. Okay, big bust. So I would say, and the sad part is I did get 2 of these recipes off of legit websites, and I don't want to leave bad reviews. I would never leave a bad review for anybody, but I would definitely call them flops. I'm not going to say where I got them, but I would call that a flop. You? Yeah. I didn't even save them. I threw them in the trash. That's just sad, y'all. But I mean, this one, the Mica that we did, is the only one that even showed a hue. So save your money. Don't make this one. And make the other powdered one. There you go. Was that a fun video for you guys? It was for me. Now I know what not to do. Okay, off to our next recipe. See you tomorrow.